Dear friends, welcome to CNS Viewpoint. Today we are going to talk about a very important issue which is close to our hearts, and that is hepatitis. And you might be aware of that hepatitis affects over 350 million people around the world, especially hepatitis B and C. 350 million, and 3 people lose their lives prematurely every minute 3 people lose their life. Every 20 seconds, one death. That is just not acceptable, because hepatitis B, there is a vaccine available. It is a vaccine preventable illness. There is a diagnosis, the testing is available for hepatitis B and C. Treatments are possible for hepatitis B and C, and cure is possible for hepatitis C. So, given the kind of scientific, the public health tools we have to fight hepatitis, to control hepatitis, which are the result of a lot of scientific research and development, we are failing to convert them into public health goals. That is why there are 350 million people with hepatitis B and C, and a person dies untimely every 20 seconds. By the time we finish this CNS viewpoint, many people would have died unnecessarily. If lives truly matter, then head should turn, and we should really deliver on the promise. And what is the promise? The promise is um, to end viral hepatitis, eliminate viral hepatitis by 2030. This is January 2022. So there's a less than 108 months left, my dear governments. So you will need to deliver on that promise. And if we look at the track record, the 2020 goals were were not met by all the governments. But the silver lining on the cloud is that there are some governments that did meet that goal. So, for example, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia are some countries that were able to meet the goal of 2020, which was to provide vaccination to all the newborn children, to 90% of the newborn children, which is an important goal. So there's so much more we can do, like not just about raising awareness so that people go for the COVID test, but it is and know their status. And once they know their status, the services need to be available in a rights-based manner, so that they can access those services with dignity, with rights, without any fear of discrimination or stigma or any other kind of policy barrier or conflicting policies, especially around drug use and public health, for example. Uh, uh, on the other hand, we also need to ensure that pregnant women are being tested for HIV, syphilis, hepatitis, and other health services are being made available to all the pregnant women, which are so then, in terms of One Health approach, or in terms of other synergies which are possible, or convergence of different kind of vertical health interventions. So whatever is best as possible, that should be made available. The vaccination program should be not 90 but 100% children. All the newborn children should be able to access the hepatitis B vaccine. So there's so much more which can be done, but it is very clear that we are not able to do all what's possible even today, given the tools we have. So this so I just wanted to tell you about some of the data that in Asia and the Pacific, there are about 200 million people who are chronically infected with hepatitis. Out of this 200 million in Asia and Pacific, about 180 million are infected with hepatitis B, and about 20 million are with hepatitis C. And in whole of Asia Pacific, 200 million. But if we look at Southeast Asia, then in Southeast Asia there are about I think 70 million people who are infected with hepatitis. Out of that, 60 million with hepatitis B and 10 million with hepatitis C. And in the Western Pacific, let me have the figures for you. It is about 116 million with hepatitis B and about 10 million with hepatitis C. In Americas, we only have 5 million people with hepatitis in the whole of Americas, in South America, Central America, Northern American nations, the whole of American continent. We have about 5 million people with hepatitis B and 5 million with hepatitis C. I'm not very sure about the Americas, but maybe the numbers are smaller because of better services there, but I could be very wrong. So please, experts, do drop me a line if I'm wrong in the comment section below, and it will be great to learn from you all. But what really shocks me is that to see the figures that a disease which is diagnosable, which is where tests are available or should be made available, which is treatable. Hepatitis C is curable. There is a vaccine for hepatitis B. There's a high level political commitment. Heads of all the countries in the world promised in 2015 to eliminate viral hepatitis by 2030, which is really a very welcome promise. But those promises need to be matched with action on the ground. So good news is that mayors, members of parliament, and other local government and non-governmental leaders, public health experts, media, and others from over 80 cities in 12 countries in the whole of Asia Pacific region participated in 6th summit of Asia Pacific Cities Alliance for Health and Development, and they resolved one of the points in the declaration is to synergize and use One Health approach to accelerate vaccination for viral hepatitis B, and also to look at synergies and uh, bolster more health programs like for non-communicable diseases, tobacco control, and there are many other points in the declaration. But hepatitis is also very much there on the agenda, and in a very very integrated and One Health approach. Um, that has been used um, to to include hepatitis in the whole of agenda of the local leaders. So which is really good because although these are global promises, but the results have to come at the local ground level. And let's hope that these translate into action. So watch out for the December 2022 when the 7th summit of APCAT happens. We will definitely update you. So with the hope that all the pregnant women are able to access all the services in a rights-based manner with dignity, which include testing for viral hepatitis, HIV, syphilis. All the newborn children are able to get the 3 doses of hepatitis B vaccine. All the people who should receiving the test should receive the test for hepatitis B and C. They should know their status, and those who need treatment, they should get treated. If it is a cure available for hepatitis C, there should be no barrier for people who are in need of cure or treatment. They should be able to access it. If every life matters, we have to walk the talk on that. It's unacceptable that we lose a life every 20 seconds because of hepatitis B or C. This is not acceptable at all. So with the hope in January 2022 that in the remaining less than 108 months, governments will be able to eliminate viral hepatitis and of course deliver on every other sustainable development goal and target. With this hope, we conclude the CNS Viewpoint, and we'll be back again tomorrow at 5 p.m. India time with our views and thoughts and perspectives on something that made us think. Bye till then. Bye-bye.